advantage disappeared when budget airlines appeared. So, TransStar found themselves in a very difficult competitive environment, and they decided they needed a new strategy. And after considering the many different options, TransStar decided that what they should do is to compete on service by making the coach experience much more pleasant than it used to be. So what did they have? Now, you know, when you travel, of course, we try to chalk up points. It's more comfortable on business, first class, and of course, if you travel Singapore Airlines, you know they have the solitaire card, and you also have suite class, right? Yeah. So TransStar combined the best of what is in the market, and they introduced something called solitaire suites. Yeah. So what you see here, not some of the highest range that they offer is known as the solitaire suites on tour buses. And guess what? When you take long distance tour bus, it comes with cabin crew. There is cabin crew, and you also get meal service. Maybe the meal service in future will be TSK noodles. Yeah. Not only that, you also get on-board entertainment. Just like when you fly, you have in-flight entertainment. They have on-board entertainment. And Sebastian and Elson very proudly tells me their screen is bigger. And so for a fraction of the cost of business class on airlines, the travelers on these coaches can enjoy comparable comfort. Yeah? Comparable comfort. And as TransStar explained to me, well, actually the time is not that much longer because you have to factor in, if your flight distance is not that long, you have to check in and then you have to get out of the airport. So if you add all that time in, actually the difference becomes much smaller, and you get this level of comfort for a fraction of the cost of business class ticket. So that is one of the things that they did, but they did not stop there. They also made the journey much safer. How did they do so? TransStar installed a driver fatigue monitoring system. And what this system does is that in case the drivers get distracted on the roads, maybe saw something happening on the highway across and was looking at it, they take their eyes off the road. That's one occasion where this system will alert the driver. I actually saw the system in operation. The commands are given in Mandarin. I suppose many of the drivers are Mandarin speaking, and the command is loud and clear. Tells the driver, you're dozing off, you're dozing off. And they demonstrated for me, not just dozing off, the action of dozing off will trigger a response. If you yawn, the device will also tell you, you're yawning. And if you put your handphone to your ear, and the system will pick it up and tell you, you're using the phone. So, in case you are using the phone, you're yawning, the system will also capture you. So you have to pay attention to my speech. But this system, what has it done for TransStar? This system alerts the drivers and helps them to refocus back on the road, therefore making the experience safer for the passenger, make them feel more confident. And actually, for the company, it reduces the risk of accidents, and the accidents cause a lot of damage, not only to potential loss of life, loss of property, but actually the accidents also, from a business standpoint, equals downtime. You have to investigate the accident, you have to pull the vehicle out of service, the individual need times to recuperate. All of that is business cost. So there is a practical business dimension to this system as well, right? Actually, there are other things that TransStar is doing, also very clever, using technology, monitoring driver behavior, using what has been captured in terms of the driver behavior, telematics. how the vehicle is moving. Too much jam braking, not maintaining a certain, speed. All this also have implications on fuel usage. So they use this information to coach their drivers to do a better job. And of course, from the passenger standpoint, it goes the extra mile. And if they have any worries about long-haul coach services, especially those that run throughout the night, then this is added reassurance. However, what impressed me most was that for a traditional business like TransStar, they've transformed the customer experience in another way, which is to digitalize it so that the brand new, refreshed customer experience starts even before you get onto the bus. Tickets can now be purchased and issued online, which is something that we have become very used to. So it's a fuss-free process for the commuters to search for the bus routes, the timings that they want, they make payment, and they check in online.